Alright, the first flex I would like to talk about is by none other than the GOAT himself, Rin Itoshi. I think this one will fully explain what this video is about, and what constitutes a flex in the realm of BLUELOCK. At the start of the second selection, Ego's speech wasn't enough of an explanation, and everyone was scared of what this stage might entail, and how they should prepare for it. Then comes this guy with 2 balls. Shoots one into the air, and then wait, what? He shoots the second straight into the first, and says he is ready. Now I'm calling it, this isn't training, as he didn't even break a sweat. He did all of that just to flex on the lowlives there. But this is not even the flex I want to focus on, as Rin basically was a flex machine at this stage. You know how the second selection is all about choosing the right teammates and the right opponents? Well, Rin says that he doesn't care about neither. Everyone is just a filler, and the BLUELOCK is a stepping stone for him to reach his brother Sai and get his sweet revenge. See, his whole existence is a flex. And in the first match, in his game against Team Isagi, they were pulling off all sorts of cool plays and chemical reactions to score a well-constructed goal, while Rin was just watching, and when they scored it, you know what he said? Everyone was impressed by the goal, but Rin takes a deep breath and says enough. You know what, in fact, I'm gonna let Rin say it because I can never do it justice.
もういい。大体わかった。お前らのレベル、ぬるすぎて死にそうだぜ。
And then he simply proceeds to score a goal from the center point. This is art, pure and simple. I'm calling it the art of flexing. Not only did he show them something they thought to be impossible and the difference in their skill level, he also wiped the floor with them mentally, before and after the shot. As he commented at the end of the game, that's why I told you it doesn't matter who I play with or against. Very cool, Rincha, very cool indeed. Next, flex. Now, Rin's flex might be the perfect one to start with, but if you wanna rank them based on violation, the next flex reigns supreme in the history of sport flexes. In fact, it's not just a singular flex, it's a team job. I'm talking about when the World 5 had their way with Team Rin. Loki was the first offender. You know, with Rin and Isagi on the field with their insane spatial awareness, you would think they have a good understanding of the field and where the weak spots lie. But Loki simply said nope. He takes one look at the field and tells them, "Are you sure this is your formation? I literally can freaking run to the goal from this distance," and proceeds to do just that, zooming past 4 players, with them not even understanding what's going on. This flex is even funnier in the anime. With the AI-like dub, the violation seems deadlier.
Is this okay? At the distance, you've got nothing but weak spots.
Anyways, Rin runs to block his course in an "I got you" moment, but you know what Loki said? Yeah, you have good foresight, but I'm just built different, and proceeds to serve him his dust to eat. But if you think we are done here, you'll be mistaken. We are just getting started. So Rin's vision is the best in BLUELOCK, and that is what keeps him on top, or so we thought. This sneaky guy Luna comes from behind and bullies Rin's strongest weapon just to flex.
Are you that scared to rocket speed? You should channel vision from lack of experience.
You know, when you tell this to someone who thinks his strongest weapon is his vision, that's just dirty. But that's just who Luna is. He puts the Y in dirty, all with an innocent smile. On a different occasion, he sees how Rin is the only one who still thinks he can win. So Luna, being the dirty fox that he is, takes the chance to flex again. And actually he warns Rin that he will discourage him just to flex. Then starts some fast crosses to confuse him. But the moment Rin moves his leg, this sneaky guy flicks the ball between his legs and says what's probably the best violation line in BLUELOCK.
That's no good. If you open your legs that easily, people are gonna think you're a loose guy.
This isn't about football anymore, this is a life lesson. Don't be a loose guy, Rin. But it's not just Luna and Loki that flexed in this game. In fact, Blake was the only one who did an actual muscle flex in addition to the moral flex. You know how Rin's team has this muscle freak, the steroid master Takemitsu. He's a guy that you can count on to get loose balls. Well, in a muscle contest, Blake just came, shoved him off the ball like he was a fly, flexing his muscles and all. And then, in a very similar fashion to Luna, tells him that he has no interest in male bodies. Again, what's wrong with these world-class guys? They didn't come to play or teach, they came to BLUELOCK just to flex. And hey, get paid for it. The best type of flex if I say so myself. Next, flex. It's time for us to talk about some flexes from the main character. And for Isagi we actually have a few. But for today's video I have chosen 2 of the best Isagi flex moments. The first one happened in the second selection. And the moment I mention this, I am sure everyone recognizes what I'm talking about.
行くぞ下手くそ
This flex is the perfect example of the proverb, if life gives you royal lemons, squeeze them to make lemonades. In the second selection and against the team of Kunigami, Ryo and Chigiri, Baro's self-centered mentality hurts the team of Isagi and Nagi, to the point it was comparable to battling a 3-headed Cerberus while having lost an arm. And this pushed Isagi to say the famous words,
来るんだバロー
And he actually goes and do just that, and completely devours Baro's presence on the field. Now, this on its own is a flex moment, as he took the crown from the king. But what Isagi said next is the beginning of his Hood era. He turns to Baro and tells him to keep running the way he does, and not to hold them back. Baro actually has never got devoured before, and so with a shocked face says, huh? And Isagi replies,
俺たちの邪魔すんなっつってんだよ下手くそ
This main character has a dog in him, and Baro's reaction encapsulates the flex.
誰に向かって下手くそだと
Baro actually got shook by this and started getting desperate, getting the ball off Kunigami in a physical battle, trying to shoot from the center and then trying to stop Chigiri. And when he failed, you already know a flex is coming.
最高じゃん世界一なんかなれるかよ俺らの前で埋もれる程度のエゴイストに
As Baro is on the ground growling. But the dog in Isagi wasn't done yet with him, as in the next play Baro was perplexed. Should he make a shot out of his range while he failed before, or go one step and risk losing the ball to Chigiri? Isagi shows in the optimal position, and with a similar look to Muzan, he orders the ball. And for the first time a pass was forced from Baro's feet. But this isn't enough. You gotta flex when you can, right? Isagi turns to Baro after scoring and tells him,
いいパスだったじゃん下手くそお前は俺のゴールのために動け
Not only did he show him that he devoured him, it's a double flex considering Baro's personality and how he always was telling people just that, you know, being a king and all. Which leads us straight to the next flex. From a king to an emperor, the dog in Isagi has a thing for royal booty, and I really don't blame him. This time it's Michael Kaiser, the new gen striker who crushed every player in his sights. From aspiring new talent to old souls who still think they got it. They all crumbled in his presence. But this time he targeted the wrong player. The ace of BLUELOCK, whom he labeled the clown of his imperial story. Little did he know, however, Isagi can't be messed with that easily. In the second NEL game, after Kaiser popped many veins in Isagi's head from anger, he finally found the last piece to beating Kaiser, egocentrism or protagonist feeling. This, coupled with metavision, enabled Isagi to literally mop the floor with Manshine City, which deserves a video on its own, so watch out for that. In any case, Isagi was flexing his muscles on Nagi, Chigiri, Ryo, Chris Prince with the help of Noah, and even his teammate Yukimiya, who was left to die blindly like a poor fly. But you know what they say, a flex is crispier when it's fueled by anger. After passing all of Manshine players with Corona and Noah, Isagi is free in front of the goal, ready to score. However, Kaiser being Kaiser, comes at the last second to ruin Isagi's life. But this time he was ready. Isagi can see Kaiser coming from far like he was a flash tower. He then took Yukimiya's egocentrism and used it as a Yu-Gi-Oh trap card to counter Kaiser's press. Poor Yuki was in tears and shot the ball with all of his might, while Isagi, without even looking at Yuki, grabbed Kaiser from his shirt and told him, "How does it feel to be the clown of my story?" This is again a double flex. Not only did he call Kaiser a clown after reading him like an open book, he actually flipped his whole worldview upside down In fact, I'm calling it a triple flex due to how cool this meme is. Next flex, Shido, otherwise known as the Dragon, the Zest Demon, Cat Eyes, Pink Tan Guy, or whatever you want to call this thing. One thing however is guaranteed, his very existence in the gold box is a flex. If Shido is there and he's not pressed by a high caliber player, a goal will be scored 100% of the times. He is just as Karasu described him. Shido boasts average defense and playmaking skills, but his whole existence is focused on scoring goals. So where am I going with this? Well, this half demon half dragon boy has a very strange way of flexing. You see, if he deems players to be bad, he will literally get physical and start beating them, saying whoever doesn't ignite his heart with good plays is trash and all. But his best flex was when he went against our beloved hero, Super Musclehead Orange Guy. You know, the Kunigami that was Team Z's best scorer, the guy with a cannon for a left leg who gave the main character a big challenge and put the king on a leash in the second selection. Well, when he was covering Shido, he told him that his short course is impossible. Shido simply replied, "Who decides what is impossible?" And you already know it's a great flex if someone pulls a page from Escanor's book of flex.
震えるさ決めるのは我だ死ね
But Shido did not stop here. When Isagi asked about Kunigami, Shido carried with his flex and said this.
一瞬の爆発のために生きらない人間はゴミだ。あの無垢で真面目なクソヒーローは俺の人生にとっちゃレベル上げにもならないスライムだったよ。
Very creative indeed, calling someone a slime that can't help a dragon level up. Chef's kiss. Next flex. For our final flex, we move from the number 2 to the number 3 player. Calling someone a slime, a donkey, a clown, or telling them they are loose and play at such a low level you could die from boredom are all great flex insults. But Karasu's style is the best. He doesn't need to insult you to make it hurt. He just states normal things and facts in a very flexy way, which is very badass if I say so myself. Anyways, in the third selection we got our introduction to the Genius Crow, Karasu the Assassin. Unlike most OP characters where they get introduced with a cool play or insane goal, Karasu in his first time with the ball went fishing. He laid the ball near Isagi perfect for grabbing, but in fact it was a lure because Isagi is bad in 1v1. He then goes and flexes by telling him, "You idiot, sorry but I only take challenges I can win," meaning Isagi is such a lowlife he's guaranteed to win. And then proceeds to add insult to injury by calling Isagi the weakest link of the team, and that targeting that is the best course of action to increase your winning chances. Wait, you thought the slew of factual insults is done? Well no, he then tells him you are Mr. Average. When you are surrounded by good players, you are able to increase your abilities through synergy, but on your own, you are totally mediocre and second rate. By the way, Karasu said this while teaching both Isagi and Shido a lesson in ball keeping and retention. And while all of this was pretty cool and oddly flexy, what he said next is pure gold. After scoring, he tells them that he will rub a fatal dose of salt into their wound, dumbasses. Now this is amazing. You thought Saitama flexes when killing people with a single normal punch? This guy is talking about killing people with salt, table salt. On a scale of 10, this flex and insult gets 8.5 for creativeness and makes for the perfect flex to end this video on. Now I obviously can't cover every flex moment in BLUELOCK in a singular video, and I could turn this into a mini series if that interests you guys. With that being said, please let me know what was your favorite flex moment, and if you know any flex moments that I missed, please let me know in the comments. Until next time, thank you for watching.